Hey y'all, what's going on? Y'all see the title. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all hand. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. The title is Maxwell is the list. Ghislaine Maxwell is the list. And there are talks and rumors. I have not confirmed these rumors, but there are rumors of Trump pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. So a lot of y'all might be upset about that, very upset, and understandably so. But I'm just here to give y'all the rationale, give y'all my analysis, of course. I'm not taking no sides, but what I'm saying is going to make sense. Again, you may not agree with what makes sense, but it's going to make sense. Ghislaine Maxwell is the list. Remember, during the Biden administration, let's go back to the Biden administration when they raided Jeffrey Epstein's compound or island, when they raided his island, when they confiscated all those tapes and whatnot evidence, they destroyed it on the spot. Don't think that they gathered this stuff and it's hidden somewhere. No, it was destroyed, utterly destroyed. Therefore, that leaves Ghislaine Maxwell in a very peculiar spot. When I say peculiar, meaning a good spot to be in, she's in a very good spot to be in. Now, Epstein was 86 up out of here, but Ghislaine, who was still alive. Now, whether y'all think Epstein 86 himself or was 86 by somebody else, this is not that video. That video's been done over and over and over and over again. That video's been done. It's been done. It's been done. It's been done. Apparently, Ghislaine did not 86 herself. And apparently, Ghislaine knows the in and outs of, well, according to her lawyer, you know what? I can't even because her lawyer said that Ghislaine lived in her house and Epstein lived in his house, and so they weren't even like a the relationship they had. From what I understood, from what the lawyer says, is that even though they dated, Ghislaine did not have keys to his house, and he did not have keys to her house. Now there are relationships like that where there are men and women who date, who men and women who are dating. There's an understanding that look, we can be mutual partners, but my private life is my private life. Your private life is your private life. I'm not gonna dictate and control who, whatever you do outside, and I expect that same I expect that same cordialness. Basically, I'm describing one of these new age relationships without marriage, basically. So, Ghislaine and Epstein were okay with each other's privacy. In a lot of relationships, well, let me just straight up say marriages, you pretty much give up your privacy to take in. You know what? I'm willing to marry this person and give up my privacy to this person. Basically, was what Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein didn't abide by. And I'm not saying that's wrong or right. These are two consenting grown adults. And so what I'm saying is if there are adults out here that have these type of relationships where the guy live at his house and the woman lives at her house and they both maintain their privacy. So this is the argument of Ghislaine's lawyer. And you do have these type of relationships. So you cannot dispute, you cannot say that these type of relationships don't exist is where I'm getting at. Back to Ghislaine Maxwell. So Ghislaine Maxwell, from what I understand, Trump is going to offer her a pardon because she is the list. She is the only viable list at this point. Now, I believe this. I believe she is the list. I believe that whatever the law enforcement, when they went in there and raided his island, the FBI, was it FBI, whatever agency that was, I don't know what agency that was. That agency was the Secret Service. I don't know. Biden had that law enforcement agency, which was federal because they went over to the island. Whatever they confiscated, they destroyed. Y'all know I said that in the video before. Y'all, thanks for the likes, man. I guess I'm on the right track with my analysis because you guys are not. You guys are giving me likes, man. So I guess because I knew again when I said when I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I saw the thing said that Trump could possibly pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, I understood it right away, but I was like, ooh, a lot of people are going to be mad about this. But me, I wasn't mad because I understood the logic behind it. The public right now, they're demanding that there be a list. They're demanding, we want a list, we want a list, we want an Epstein list. And I guess these people are forgetting that the law enforcement of one of the greatest, let's just say that the president at that time liked to sniff the hairs of little girls. Let me say that again. Joe Biden likes to sniff the hair of little girls, of little babies, little girls, little kids. I'm not telling y'all nothing new. We all know this, right? So under that presidency is when that law enforcement raided Jeffrey Epstein's island, Jeffrey Epstein's compound, whatever you want to call it. Let's call it damn Lolita Express, the island. So when that happened, the moment that happened, I was like, my very thoughts were, they're going to destroy whatever evidence they have. It's gone. It's gone forever. It's destroyed. So when Trump was running in 2024, campaigning and say, oh, we're going to release the Epstein list, I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds good, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, what list? That list is destroyed. It's gone. They made sure of that. And so now Trump has to come up with a list. Or his administration, Pam Bondi, well, Dan Bongino, I think he quit, Kash Patel. Uh, People are demanding that they come up with a list. So what does Trump do? He sends the DOJ to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell in the prison and said, look, you are the only living proof of evidence of this client list, meaning she remembers. It's all right here. And the bargaining chip that she's never had, she now has. Because from what I understand, they railroaded her into prison. Now, I'm going to say this, audience. Y'all know I don't care if a person, I kind of like live by what Michael Franchese lives by, the old Italian mafia. If you're going to prosecute somebody, do it the right way. Don't railroad nobody, don't frame nobody. And I think Ghislaine Maxwell was framed, or she was railroaded. I wouldn't say she was framed. She was railroaded, meaning she did not have the opportunity to use her bargaining chip, which is the list, which is now the bargaining chip that she has, which now she can ask for a pardon. She can ask for a pardon. She can ask for early release. She can ask for whatever she has because now she is the list. And so this is why you guys have to understand why Trump is being put out there. I'm not saying Trump is doing that, but this is what I've heard. It's being put out there that Trump may pardon Ghislaine. And if that is the case, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. Again, I'm not condoning I'm not condoning anything that she was convicted of or condoning her past behaviors, condoning her association with and Jeffrey Epstein. Obviously, y'all know I don't condone none of that shit. But she has a bargaining chip at this point because the public, Trump tried to let it go, but the people were like, no, we're not letting it go. So now Trump has to come up with a list, and the only list is Ghislaine Maxwell. She is the list. And so uh, I hope Trump knows what he's doing. I don't think it'll backfire because we do want to list, and I guess this includes me too. Trump, I actually have the same attitude. Y'all don't get mad at me. I do have the same attitude as Trump. And the attitude is that Jeffrey Epstein is dead. However, or he's deceased, he's no longer here. However, these people on this list, whether allegedly it be Prince Charles or Prince Andrew, allegedly it being Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, whoever, the people want to see this list and they want to see the dirty deeds. If there were any dirty deeds that were being done, and if these people are still walking around, the people want to know. And I do understand this. I do understand this. Y'all know I understand this more than anything, man. And if the list comes out, I think it'll be a good look for the administration to come up with something. And that Ghislaine Maxwell is something. Because trust me, there is no other list. That list was long gone under the Biden administration. It's gone. However, they say dead men tell no tales, but Ghislaine is still alive. Epstein is gone. He can't tell no tales, but Ghislaine, she's still alive. And the irony of this is that if you guys say there's no list, then there's no conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell. Do y'all agree with that? Again, I'm just here to make the logical sense and make the logical arguments. Not saying that I agree with it, but I do. Again, when I analyze some of these videos, I do understand the escape routes, the exit ramps, which Zelensky, you need to take note on how to take exit ramps and escape routes and off ramps. You need to take notes, Zelensky. But back to this now to be about Zelensky. This is about Ghislaine Maxwell being the list. So what's going to happen is that they're going to, from what I'm mustering up so far, it looks like Ghislaine is going to get some type of deal. And she's going to release names according to, oh man, I don't want to, she's going to release names according to how Trump wants her to release names. There, I said it. She's going to release a list according to how Trump wants her to release a list. Now, don't shoot me, y'all. Don't shoot the messenger. This is just my analysis. I could be wrong. But this is just what I'm foreseeing. This is my analysis, but I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. So don't get mad at me. But I could be wrong. This is just my y'all. At the end of the day, this is just my guesstimation. This is my guesstimation of what I think is going to happen in this situation. She's going to get a deal in exchange for her releasing the list the way Trump wants her to release the list. And I'm not saying anything, y'all. I'm not saying anything. I'm not speculating anything. I'm just, well, I guess I am speculating that Trump is going to release the list the way he wants her to release the list. So he's going to be, Ghislaine's going to come with the information, and Trump's going to do the editing, or somebody's going to edit it the way it needs to be edited. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Can I be? Oh, see, y'all done got mad. See, y'all done took off. Damn, y'all done got mad on me. I was gonna finish it up. Let me finish up the video by saying this. I don't think Trump is on the list, but I think there's people Trump knows on the list who he don't necessarily want to expose. Obama, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. Well, those are names that you guys already know, so I'm not telling you anything that's new. I wouldn't even say Obama, but Clinton, Prince Andrew, you guys already are familiar with those names, and I think that Trump is trying to protect, because look at Trump's behavior. He tried to protect Hillary Clinton after Hillary Clinton tried to jack Trump up. Man, she really tried to jack Trump up, and he still protected her. So nothing's changed about Trump. I don't think Trump's on the list, but I think there's several people on that list he's trying to protect. That's what I think. I don't think Trump's on the list. I think if Trump was on the list, they would have smoked Trump. They would have smoked him. They would have had no need for Letitia James. They would have had no need for Jack Smith, and would have had no need for Atlanta's own Fannie Willis. They would have had no need for these prosecutors. They would have had no need for the indictments. They would have smoked Trump. Therefore, I don't think Trump's on the list, but there's somebody Trump knows on the list that he's protecting. That's what I believe. I believe it. I believe I'm chilling 10 toes down. If Trump was on the list, they would have smoked him. They would have smoked his boots. They would have smoked his boots. So, but I think there's somebody, like, again, based on the history of Trump, when they said lock her up with Hillary Clinton, Trump was like, "Oh, no, we can't. I don't want to lock up a wife of a former president." So I think Trump is going to. I think he's copping deuces with this list. That's what I think. I think he's copping deuces with this list, man. I think Trump is really loyal. Even though people are not loyal to Trump, Trump is loyal to his friends. Hi, Blackson. Hi, Beverly. I don't know how much you've heard of this, Beverly, but let me know what you think, Beverly. If you're just now coming in, I can repeat everything, Beverly, but I hope you've analyzed what I've said so far, and I hope you let me know what you think. Again, this is just a guess, Beverly. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing that, number one, Trump is not on the Epstein list. Number two, he's protecting somebody on the Epstein list. Number three, he's going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell because she is the list. What is your take on that so far? That's just a brief analysis of what I've gotten so far. This is my analysis of what I think is going to happen so far, Beverly. Um, this is my guesstimation, and my guess is that Trump is not on the list, but he knows who's on the list, and he doesn't want no harm being done. Like, I'm gonna say this, Beverly. The whole shebanga thing with, Barack Obama, he committed treason. You think Trump is going to let Barack Obama suffer? First of all, Barack Obama is not going to get locked up or suffer. But if Trump had the opportunity to save Barack Obama, he would. That's just how Trump is, man. Trump is loyal to all these people, even though they're not loyal to him. He's loyal to these people. So that's one thing I can say about Trump. He's loyal to his deep state friends, or friends in the deep state. Deep state. He always talks about dismantling the deep state, but I guess he realized a lot of his friends are in the deep state, so he's having second thoughts. So I will say this, Beverly, I'm going to close it out by saying this, that Trump is not on the Epstein list. I repeat, Trump is not on the Epstein list. I stand 10 toes down on that. However, there are people that he knows that's on that list. There are people that he knows that's on that list. And I will say this, even though Trump disavowed Jeffrey Epstein, he was real cool with Jeffrey Epstein. He was, but a lot of people were. But that didn't necessarily mean that they didn't win on the flight to Lolita Island on the Express 32 times, Bill Clinton. Doesn't necessarily mean that. So I do believe Trump when he said he'd never been to that island. I believe him on that. And when he said, Epstein likes some lungs. So that let me know, Trump, that you knew what he was doing, but you didn't partake in it. So, okay, but you knew what he was doing. All right, we're not gonna trip. Well, I'm not gonna trip. Y'all, if y'all trip over that, hey, cool. Beverly, if you trip over that, anybody else in the chat trip over that, hey, y'all have a right to trip over that. But I will assure you, I don't think he's on that list. But he's protecting somebody. He's protecting several somebodies. He's protecting a lot of somebodies. This is just my analysis. So I hope I cleared up the title saying that Ghislaine Maxwell is the list and why I think she will get pardoned. If y'all disagree, leave a comment, leave a like, or even leave a dislike. Because again, this is a very controversial video. Y'all know I don't normally touch on things like this, but they keep drowning me with this goddamn news. I'm trying to look for goddamn Ukraine and Zelensky and Putin, and I'm being bombarded with Ghislaine Maxwell. So I said, you know what, let me address this. Let me address this. Let me address this, because this apparently is just not, it's not going anywhere no time soon. So let me give my 2 cents, let me give my analysis, and y'all leave a comment, man. Curse me out, agree with me, disagree with me, man. Hey, y'all got immunity. Just like I think Ghislaine Maxwell is going to get immunity. So if y'all disagree with me, don't unsubscribe, but curse me out. Y'all got immunity, because I get it. Like I said, this is not my cup of tea. I normally don't do these type of topics, but hey, y'all got immunity. Y'all say, oh, Blackson, you stupid, this and that. Curse me out. Y'all got immunity. If Ghislaine Maxwell can get immunity from Trump, y'all can get immunity. So with that being said, oh man, I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. But let me get going, man. Shout out to Beverly, and shout out to everybody that gave me the like, man. Shout out to y'all, because I kept getting bombarded with this, and I know y'all were like, Blackson, you got to speak on this. So when I get bombarded like this, then yeah, I got to speak on it. But I'm gonna give you my honest analysis on it. I think Elaine's gonna get pardoned, and I think there's somebody on the list that Trump is protecting, and Trump is gonna have the edited liking. That means that list is gonna be redacted left and right, and the folks are not gonna be satisfied. Unlike Trump, though, I will address it, and I recognize that, hey, y'all are not happy with his whole reaction to this whole Epstein list. I get it. I'm not going to do like Trump. I'm not going to try to ignore it. Now, it's not my concern. However, it's y'all concern, and so, yeah, it needs to be addressed. So, Ghislaine is that list. So, hey, in order for her to get us the list, she has to get a pardon. Y'all may not agree with that either, but y'all want a list that bad? Okay. Then Ghislaine has a list. She wants a deal. She wants her freedom. All right, with that being said, man, I'm out, y'all. Peace.